All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the backer,
Ready?
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On second down, here's Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump. X3, 218, chopper. They go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The toss out to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
He's checking crack.
2nd and 6. At the Colts 43-yard line.
On second down, Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
That's the way.
On the ball. Snap.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Rudolph now to throw. And he's got Moncrief. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. 280. 150. Watch the run. Check 3. Ready, set.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Foxtrot. Come on, baby.
From the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some team.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
58, come on. I'm coming after you.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
15 line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Jack! Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
SOS.
And they are going for it. It's Rudolph. That's to his running back, complete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Ryan. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A first down carry for Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Rudolph into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Haywood.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Colts first down. That's what I knew.
Shit. Hey, watch it.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now. It's Williams. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Throwing on second down. Rudolph. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Back 25. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On first down, Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
11.
To throw again. Ryan. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
54, go!
Now Ryan, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rudolph, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Rudolph throwing again. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Deep grip, deep grip.
Going for it, it's Rudolph. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Again, it's Rudolph. Escaping the pressure. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage, as he's going to be taken down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Shoot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now play number 7 of the drive, as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Kiki QT. It's 4th down.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Here's Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. And that is going to be incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. A very interesting call, and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. They run again with Hines. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 31.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Rudolph. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do.
Let's go one more. Mike 50.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And it's complete to Kelsey. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack on first down, Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
30 base.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Go!
From the red zone now, Rudolph looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Back the pass. 36. Let's go.
On second down, Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Rudolph looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
X3, 218, chop it. Eat. Watch the screen.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mason Schreck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Ryan. It's complete to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 31, Ryan, and that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Ryan to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Rudolph. It's caught by Moncrief. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Down. 8, read. 55. Hey, let's get in that hole. 55 is mine, guys. 55. Ready?
Rudolph going to throw again. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to the air. Rudolph got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
25, 51, so. Let's go, dude.
Now a give, right side. Hines. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Julio Jones. 60 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's Rudolph. Open man is Switzer, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Bravo.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Devin Funchess. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop it.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. It's caught by Funchess. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before